Welcome back everybody to Forza Horizon 4, and today we're doing another seasonal championship. This one is called Nothing Is Too Beautiful and it's Bugattis in S2 class, so I think we're going to only have a few to choose from, but yeah, it should be a fast and quite tense championship, because obviously Bugattis are insanely fast, the modern ones anyway, and yeah, not particularly the best handling as well, so yeah, it can be quite a treacherous car to, or type of car to drive, really, especially when you have more than 1,000 horsepower and all-wheel drive, but also a lot of weight going on as well. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they can do. Let's take a look. Nope, I accidentally pressed the wrong button there. Yeah, sorry about that. It's the annoying thing about this one, it's right, the championship is right next to a view of a monument, so come on, I don't care, I've seen this a million times before, driving past it all by doing this first time round. Yeah, as you can see, the championship is literally right next to it. Should be better spaced out, quite frankly, but yeah, you can win the Bugatti Chiron by actually winning this championship, but we will be using it ourselves, as I already have it.
You know what's better than a seasonal championship in the summer? Not much really. Have fun.
I will. So yeah, we've got the Bugatti Divo, which is basically the Chiron, but with less in the way of weight and better handling. As you can see, it's got the same horsepower and torque, but it's less in terms of the way of weight, and its handling is and braking is also better. Acceleration is slightly better as well, but the top speed is lessened because that spoiler is a fixed spoiler. It's not one that reduces as the car gets quicker. And yeah, we've also got the Bugatti Veyron Super Sport, which again is like the Divo. It's a faster version of the standard Veyron. So yeah, I think we'll go for the Chiron to start with, as it is the fastest version of the well, the fastest Bugatti here. And yeah, should be a riot to drive as well. But again, like I said earlier, it's not the best in terms of handling or braking. I know it looks it from the stats, but when you consider the amount of horsepower and torque and the insane acceleration and the top speed, the handling and braking could be a lot better, like it is in the Divo. So yeah, let's see what it can do. This is a lapped race as well, so not likely to get the most out of this car in terms of its top speed. Should put it through its paces when it comes to its handling and braking. A lot of big, heavy, wide cars here, so it's jostling for the lead. That small straight, we were getting up to 155 miles an hour, which yeah, really does show how quick this thing is. Seem to be struggling to keep up with the two Divos that are in front. How different the characteristics are in handling and braking between the two, despite sharing the same chassis and the same power and torque, the same engine. Somewhat keeping up with the Divo, but it's just got that edge on us in terms of handling. The driver seem to struggle when it comes to these fast cars, especially when it comes to the driving lines. That's why I've been able to catch up, because I took a pretty poor driving line through one of those corners. despite this having the higher top speed, it's not actually that quick in terms of acceleration compared to the Devo, because obviously it has less weight than this does, while I'm sharing the same power as it, so that weight difference does come into effect. But yeah, we just about beat out another Devo by just over a second there, with another Devo being in third, and a Chiron in fourth, and a Veyron in fifth. So yeah, and obviously not got a wide variety of vehicles on this championship, but it's going to be interesting to see what the Veyron and hopefully the Devo can do in the next two races. So let's see what happens in the second race. So the Chiron did us pretty well there, surprisingly, despite the handling and braking not being quite as good as the Devo. But to split it and the Devo up, we're going to go with the Veyron for our second race. So yeah, the handling isn't as good as either of the other two, but it's still pretty damn good in terms of acceleration and top speed. It's got pretty good launch, and yeah, it's still hardly lacking for power or torque. So yeah, let's see what the classic Veyron can do. It's a shame we don't have the original version on, because I would like to see the difference in handling and braking and performance in general compared to this, like we can with the Chiron and Devo, but sadly not, and it's probably not likely to come, to be honest. It's because of space for other cars. Yeah, even by today's standards, this is still not a slow car by any means. Certainly has more power and torque than it does in terms of handling. Certainly the handling isn't all that great when you compare to how quick this car can actually go. It's a bit of a pig, to be honest. Loads of understeer. It is the lightest of the three, despite being the oldest outside of the EB110. Out of the three that we can choose, it's definitely the lightest. Of understeer there. Struggled to get it around the corner. This is the car that has the engine that I used in the EB110. Pretty sure it was anyway. Either that or the Chiron engine. They are pretty much the same. Still the same W16 8-litre quad turbo engine. Just like the Chiron and the Devo have the powerful version of that engine. I imagine they overhaul it quite a fair bit to get the extra power that it needs. We're going to have to settle for second, but that's not bad when you consider this is the oldest version of the Bugatti that we have to choose from. And yeah, considering its handling is way worse than the Chiron and the Devo alike, then yeah, that's fairly impressive. I'm surprised that we was able to keep up with them, to be honest, and we still have 2 points more than second place, 12 points more than third, 12 points more than fourth, and yeah, 18 points more than fifth. So yeah, we're not in danger of losing this championship, but we're definitely going to need a win to guarantee that we win it. So let's get on to the third and final race and see what happens. So the third and final race is another lapped race, and yeah, the Devo is pretty much the perfect car for that, as it has the best handling and braking out of the three cars. Also the joint best acceleration, as you can see alongside the Veyron. which I think only has the same kind of acceleration because of how much less it weighs. It's nearly 300 pounds less. But this has 1479 horsepower, 1180 pounds-feet of torque, the same as the Chiron, which, yeah, the Super Sport cannot even come close to matching, especially in terms of horsepower. So yeah, I got a lot of confidence in this Devo. Certainly probably my favourite version of the latest Bugattis that we've had, just because it really does focus more on handling and braking than it does outright, you know, top speed and acceleration. It still has plenty of those as well. As you can say, even more so in terms of acceleration because it weighs a little less. It's got much better turning than the previous two cars. Feels more at home at speed through corners. Obviously I can still mess it up, but yeah, it still feels a lot more at home through corners than the other two do. Cars are eating this track up for breakfast. They're that quick. It's a generally fast circuit, but how quick are we getting around it? 40 seconds, which is pretty damn quick. Let's see if we can get under 40 seconds for this final lap. Leaving them for dead. No, we didn't manage in 40 seconds, but still an extremely quick car around this circuit, and yeah, it's more importantly giving us the 20 points that we need, giving us the win over the championship, 6 points ahead of a Veyron, 18 points ahead of another Veyron, 22 points ahead of a Chiron, and yeah, 31 points ahead of another Devo. So yeah, 3 quite different vehicles despite having, you know, the same kind of power, the same engine and the like, but yeah, the Devo is definitely my favourite of the 3, and yeah, I am glad that it is on the game. Hopefully it will make a return in the next Forza game, but nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.